Brian, it comes down to a field goal at the end, yet again for another week, but regardless, a win is a win. We talk about this team's resilience.
Yeah, I mean, we are resilient, right? I think early in the year, we had all the games were close, right? Came down the end, we weren't making the plays, and then, Nick goes down, and then our defense steps up and finds a way to get a touchdown there, right? We really just wanted to get a stop, to get a short field. We trust Dinwiddie to get it done, and, he stepped up too. I mean, it took all three phases. I thought our special teams units were pretty darn solid. We stopped the run, which we talked about. The only thing, we just got to run the ball a little bit better on 2nd and 3rd and 1. I mean, they know we're running it, right? So it's tough to throw the ball on 3rd and 1 when you feel like you can move the chains running football.
What did you like about Jared there at the end? There, just his confidence level coming in to be able to manage the clock and make the throws that he needed to make.
Yeah, well, he's been in the CFL for a few years, right? And we trust him, and that stays the game. I said, look, it was good with our base plays. We went to our one-word football, and we start off the drive with a play he felt comfortable with. We found a completion. The throw he made to Kai on 3rd down on our sideline, that's a big-time throw, man. So I'm happy for him, right? Got on the stage. Other than the go ball in his first play, thought he manufactured that a little bit, tried to be a hero too early, but he played well.
I know Nick was kind of limping around there at the 4th, and just more so precautionary, or an update on Nick?
Yeah, he's got a calf. We'll see. The last play he had was the one pick. We were trying to run a fake screen. Thought we'd have it, but he just couldn't move off the dot, right? So he's like, we can do quick game, we can do some of that stuff. He just didn't feel very comfortable, and we had to make the decision to trust Davey, and he delivered.
Ryan, what happened at the end of the game there between you and Mark? Was that heat of the moment? Or
No, it had nothing to do with Mark. There's a pretender that's not in our building anymore that was chirping all game, personally to me. And then there's a coach that was chirping, very personable. And I took offense to it, and I knew that's what my plan was to put him away. So those guys can enjoy the offseason.
And then just another one for me. With Nick's injury and with the quarterback situation, is it a wait and see, or is there a potential chance for Chad to come in there and play Friday or even dress?
Well, I don't think it's really changed, right? Just because Nick's going down, we don't rush Chad back, right? That's not how we operate, right? So we'll look at it and, collectively, look at what we should do and make the right decision. We can't put Chad in harm's way when he's not ready, right? So the other guys got to get ready to go. So we'll make that decision tomorrow, and obviously it's probably going to take a few days, but we'll get the head start on it tomorrow.
Coach, if you only look at the statistics today, the team didn't look like it won. What was the reason?
I told those guys at halftime I didn't call the best game in the first half, right? I thought I let them down a little bit, and so Chase kind of threw the call sheet out at the end and kind of went to our base stuff, and looked at the iPad at halftime. Let's do these things. So probably a little too heavy as far as volume going into this week. We only got to run about 30 of it, right? So if you have 70%, you're not calling, bad job by me.
That's it for me.
Coach, there were 6 turnovers, 27 points off those turnovers, but would you say that was the best game the defense has played this season?
Yeah, no doubt. I thought they were scouting the run game. 2nd down long, we got to be able to rally to some of the low level, they're throwing drags, check downs. When they hit leak on for about 15 on 2nd 15, move the chain, I guess it's 16 yards, this is 2nd 15, but we can clean up some of that stuff. But I trust what he was saying. Like Lanier played his butt off tonight. You can see him very disruptive. I thought our D line, answered the bell. Let our linebackers fit the gaps, right? Play downhill. So if we can do that, we got a shot, man. And we're far from a finished product. We're still a work in progress, right? But that's the whole point, right? You want to play the best football game. We know we can get better, and we'll go to work and find a way to get better 6 day week. So, we're only going to have 2 practices at it, so we got to be smart with, how we're going to handle their bodies. It's more of a walkthrough, polish on a day 3. I'll sit down and kind of think about that tomorrow.
Ryan, sorry for coming in late, but what can you say about Jared coming off the bench and really giving you a spark when you really needed it?
Yeah, I thought he showed that in camp. He got in camp late, and he's an athletic kid, and I've always liked him from afar. I obviously scouted his brother, and then scouted him, and so when he came free, I wanted him in the building, right? And he came in the preseason game the first time he got some play time and played well, and that was one of the reasons why we kept him on the roster. We felt like him and Nick can help us win. Outside of Chad and the other young guys are growing, but he came in, felt confident. Kid works his butt off. He's here in the mornings when I get here, and he's here at night, leaving when I leave. So you got to be like that at the quarterback position, right? And we give them a heavy volume as far as like understanding protections and hots and those things. So it's not an easy offense to operate in, but if you can, it gives you a chance to be very successful.
Any update or what the problem was?
Yeah, calf. We'll see. I mean, he just couldn't move well enough to, get it done for us. I didn't feel like we were handling the rush, as well. Like Nick had to climb the block a few times. But I just felt like, if you can't move, we feel like Jared can go in there and win us the ball game too. I mean, that throw he hit Brissett on. I was trying to get the ball to Jake, and I said, read out the field. If you don't love it, you got one-on-one with Jake. And he's seen it, climb the block, and make a big throw. I mean, that professional quarterback's got to make those throws, and he did.
So you made the conscious decision to make the quarterback change at that time?
Well, I think Mike kind of lead me that way. Mike's like, he can't move, so I sat down with Nick, and it was the drive before, right? And he said, look, Coach, I can throw a quick game, but, they were getting a lot of penetration up front. We can't just throw a quick game the rest of the game, right? So we said, hey, we got to roll with Jared, next man up, and that's always our motto, and, he answered the bell.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Ryan. Congrats.